What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another predicted lineup video. Massive game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Thursday night, 8 o'clock, where we welcome Liverpool, an off-form Liverpool. But don't read anything into that because they are definitely going to play well this Thursday night. No two ways about it. I've got literally no other thing in my thinking, but I know that Liverpool are going to turn up on Thursday.
Yeah, and they already started their bit of recovery against United. I know they lost, but it was a much improved performance. They looked a lot better than they have in recent weeks. So despite the fact United ended up with the win, it was definitely a step in the right direction for Liverpool. So it's something we definitely have to be wary of. And they're going to want a reaction in every game they come into. So I think we just got to make it as difficult as possible for them, frustrate them. And I think if we frustrate them, then those negative feelings might start coming back for them. So I think that's what we've got to do.
All right. Well, Jose's press conference has been done, but no team news.
Yeah, he was asked about injuries and what, if anything, for tomorrow to worry about. He was asked specifically about Davis and Doherty, but he said, actually, we have more problems than that, but you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. He said he doesn't want to reveal what injury problems we have, so feel free to speculate. Hopefully it's no one serious. Maybe he's playing mind games, maybe no one is injured, who knows, with Jose, but hopefully it's no one in the core of our team who was out injured, but he refused to say who, so maybe he's trying to get into the head of Klopp.
Let's hope so.
I'm hoping so. He's done it before, this kind of thing.
He has, yeah. So what are we thinking for a formation? Because we're going to mix it up a bit today.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because obviously we went with a 3-4-3 against Sheffield United in our last game, which worked quite well for us. Our last Premier League game, our last game against Wickham, we went back to a 4 at the back. We did look good, but I have a feeling we might go back to a 3 at the back for this one. I think it served us well against Sheffield United, and I think it gives good balance to the side as well.
The only thing I would say to combat that is that we've only seemed to play 3 at the back to match the other teams, apart from when we did it against Chelsea, right?
We did it, yeah, true, because against Wolves we thought they were going to do it, and they didn't.
Against Chelsea we played a very weak side as well.
And against Chelsea played a weak side, and against Sheffield United we know they play 3 at the back. So yeah, we do, usually, but I feel like in this game, the way Liverpool set up, it could serve us well. I have a feeling. That's how I feel.
We went 4 at the back at Anfield, and I know we didn't win the game or draw even, but we saw joy out of it.
True, we did. And he might go for the same. But I feel like we'll get into the lineup. I feel like with 2 wing backs and 2 pacey wingers as well, we could really exploit the space left behind Trent and Robinson without leaving too much space in behind. The only biggest worry I would have is being outnumbered in midfield, because obviously they're going to have 3 there and we'll only have 2.
Yeah.
But with Kane dropping back in, we should be able to negate that, and when Kane drops in, it shouldn't diminish our threat going forward, because we'll have Bergwijn or we'll have 2 pacey wingers to cover that space. So I feel like this could be the best formation to go with. All
right, so we're going to go for a 3-4-3 formation. In goal, obviously, captain Hugo Lloris. In my opinion, I think maybe not the best, but I think him and Alisson have been the best 2 keepers since kind of Lloris has come back from injury, and the thought of him leaving really sends shivers up my spine.
Yeah, they've definitely been the 2 most consistent keepers, definitely of late. He's been really, really great, hasn't he, Lloris, this season? So, full credit. I hope he signs a new contract or whatever, and I hope we can get a deal over the line, because I would love to keep him, but we'll have to see where that one goes.
All right, so Hugo Lloris in goal. On the right-hand side of the defence.
In the centre-back, or are you going wing-back?
The centre-backs, yeah.
Centre-back, so yeah, I think Rodon. I think comes in, yeah, because he played a good game against Sheffield United. Was on the bench against Wickham.
He came on, last minute.
Yeah, he came on, but that hints at maybe a start in this game, because usually against Wickham he would start.
Well, when you think about it, I wouldn't like to see Sanchez play.
Yeah,
I don't think Toby's going to play.
Toby did play well at Anfield, though, but yeah,
he did play well at Anfield. But for me, he got bullied way too easily in that Wickham game.
He did.
So I doubt we're going to see Sanchez or Toby, so that really leaves just 3 players, doesn't it? So Rodon on the right, Dyer in the centre, Davis on the left.
Correct. Obviously Davis is limped off against Wickham, so he's going to be a doubt for this game, but if he is fit, I'm going to go Davis starting on that left centre-back role. I think he's perfect for that role. He had a really good game at Anfield as well, and I feel like Davis and Reguilon together could go some way to preventing Salah from having too much draw on that left-hand side, I'm hoping. Obviously, they're going to have to be wary of the threat of Trent. But I feel like those two are both comfortable in fullback areas, and Davis is comfortable in that left centre back area as well. So that could be the best option.
All right, so that's obviously a back three of Roden, Dyer, and Davis. Right wing back, we're going to go for Serge Aurier.
Yeah,
because obviously Doherty's probably out, isn't he?
Yeah, and Aurier has been great this season, so no doubt about it. He comes into it.
Left, Reguilon, seeing as Davis, we're putting him in the centre-back position. We're going to have a Reguilon at left wing-back, and he can. That's his role, you know what I mean? I love him when we're playing three at the back and him bombing up. Hopefully have a bit of a less defensive responsibility.
That's exactly right. I'm hoping he has a bit more license to get forward, and he can really hurt Liverpool, especially on that left-hand side where Trent's having a poor season, isn't he? So if he can really occupy him, and get Son involved in the game as well, that could get a lot of joy down that side. But he's just got to be wary when Trent overlaps. He has to be covering that space because Trent, obviously, we know what great delivery he has.
And then in the centre midfield positions, we're going to go for obviously the Le General, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and alongside him will be Tanguy Ndombele. I mean, when you look at it, Tanguy Ndombele couldn't have played this role, especially against a team like Liverpool a few weeks ago, even a month ago. He wasn't fit enough to play 90 minutes in this kind of role. But now he's kind of built up his fitness. Now he is looking like the player that we kind of bought for 65 million, that we broke our record transfer in. But not having Sissoko there to help out Aurier, does that worry you a bit?
A bit. Yeah, a bit. I feel like Sissoko does such a crucial role in these big games, so it would be a big call to leave him out. But I just feel like with the added solidity of that back three, with Højbjerg as well, obviously partnering in Ndombele, which we're going to have, I feel like it should have enough if Kane does his role in tracking back and he helps out the midfield when we don't have the ball. I think it should be all right, but it would be a big shout. But I think it would show confidence in the team if we leave out Sissoko.
And it's going to have to provide a lot of energy in this game from Tanguy, probably the most he's ever actually had to put in a game before. Yeah. For us anyway.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to have to put in a lot of energy. He might tire out quickly. We could even have Sissoko in there, that would mean dropping one of the front three and having just two up front. Or one of those two options. But if we do play with three up front, Sissoko has to be the full guy. But he did play 90 minutes in there against Wickham. So would he have played 90 minutes if he was going to start this game? It's a big question mark, but I feel like having Højbjerg and Tanguy, if Tanguy's working as hard as he can do, should be okay. And it should be all right.
All right, so that team so far is Davis, Dyer and Roden at the centre-back pairing, Aurier and Reggie on the wing-back flanks, Højbjerg and Ndombele in the middle, left-hand side of the attack, obviously Heung-min Son, up top Harry Kane. On the right-hand side is the question. But we're feeling Steven Bergwijn comes back in.
He has to play. Especially he does that role so well, tracking back, being defensively solid. So if Sissoko's not there, he's going to have to kind of step in and be that guy to really help out Aurier on the right-hand side, because obviously they've got Trent, Mane, really tricky customers. So whereas on the left-hand side, you got Davis and Reguilon, who should be able to contain Salah. On the right-hand side, Roden probably isn't as comfortable in the full-back positions as Davis would be on the left-hand side. So I feel like Bergwijn's going to have to work super, super hard on the right-hand side to kind of negate that. However, it might give him also a bit of license to get forward a bit when we are attacking, because he does have that cover of Aurier there and a third centre-back. So maybe we can see him in more goal-scoring positions. Obviously, he played on the left-hand side, didn't he, at Anfield? So whether he'll do that again, he could do. But we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, we will have to wait and see. So let me just run through that lineup with you one more time. So that's Hugo Lloris in goal, Davis, Dyer and Roden in the centre-back positions, Aurier and Sergio Reguilon on the flanks, with Højbjerg and Ndombele in the middle, with Son, Kane and Bergwijn up top.
Obviously, one player also we didn't mention is Winks, who obviously I want to mention, but but yeah, he's had obviously in good form of late, and he's also in contention. And that good performance at Wickham might have convinced Mourinho that he deserves a start.
Mourinho's been singing his praises, hasn't he?
And he has. He got man of the match, didn't he? So he's in with a shout as well in that midfield position. But I just feel like he just misses out on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he does. He's definitely in there with a shout. It also depends heavily on kind of what these injury problems Mourinho's alluding to is.
So we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But when you cast your mind back to the Fulham game, We were chasing the game with 10 minutes to go. We had Gareth Bale on the bench, didn't bring him on. Do you feel that performance at Wickham now, if we are chasing the game with 10, 15 minutes to go, we'll see a Gareth Bale come on?
I hope so. I have been watching those individual highlights of Bale.
Oh, man. Yeah, so good.
And it really does. It's like, okay, wow. Come on. I know it was Wickham, but we just haven't seen that pace from him. Every time he's tried to take someone on beforehand, he just hasn't had confidence in himself to really go for it. And that was the first time he has. And it looked like he still kind of has that pace about him when he picks his moment. So
I was looking at those highlights. I mean, I watched the game. Obviously, when you watch the game, it doesn't all sink in straight away. And I was watching the individual highlights after that game, and I even messaged you about it last night, and I was like, he's back. He's actually back. But obviously, we need to put the brakes on it and see if he can do it in the Premier League and do it in a consistent basis. But that was the best I've seen of Gareth Bale by far since he's been back.
And if we are chasing a game, bringing on Bale against tired legs, that might be something to fear all of a sudden. Because beforehand, you bring on Bale when he doesn't really trust himself. But now, if he really does have confidence to take people on and use his pace, and we all know what quality of a left foot he has, let's just really hope he can contribute in the second half of the season. Because if he does, we're in for an unbelievable second half of the season.
I completely agree. So that is the lineup we're going for. Let me know.
And also no Delhi. He's been ruled out. He's the one player we know he's definitely not playing because he said he's injured. So he does say he's expected Delhi to stay. Mourinho said himself he expects Delhi to stay beyond the window.
Well, that is our predicted lineup. Let me know your predicted lineup in the comment section below. Just before we go, what scoreline are you going for?
I said 2-0 Spurs. I'm going to stick with that. It's going to be a hard-fought game, but if we are defensively on it and we as we have been in big games, I'm confident we have a more than enough in the armoury to hurt them going the other way. So I'm going to go 2-0. All
right, I'm going to go 2-0 as well. So let me know your score prediction in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.